They've seen what we can do. I feel that this card we want to use tomorrow.
Hello, my viewers. Over there, you're most welcome to my channel. The young man you've just seen, that is Khalif Cairo, and you're trying to advise the Gen Zs not to go on the streets because the goal had been attained, and the goal was for the president not to sign the finance bill, the 2024 finance bill, and you felt that the main goal of them going to the street was acquired, and it was good for the Gen Zs to sit and see whether the president was going to follow up to his remarks, to his promises. And in my last video, I talked about us having the bigger picture of our country. Because the other time I say that on Thursday, leave alone Tuesday, on Thursday, I remember I was coming from work with some of my friends. And what we saw, it's like we were running, carrying our hearts like this in the hand. It was not a very good scenario to behold, because some of those people were not Gen Zs. Some of them were just there to steal, to cause havoc. I remember when you were walking, the policemen will tell us, don't pass through this way, pass through this other way. Because I won't mention the city I was in, but it was terrible. So when I looked, when I reached my house, I was very much terrified. I've never seen something like that. And that's why I came up with my last video saying that it is good since the president has conceded it was a win. And he has promised by himself what he wants to do. So it was good for the Gen Zs to sit down and evaluate themselves and give him time to see whether he's saying the truth or he's lying. Because the main agenda was not to go to the State House. The main agenda was to reject the 2024 finance bill. If you look in one of my TikTok videos, I also rejected the bill because that was the trend. If you don't want it, just say it. Say everything you do, begin with, I reject the bill. And you say the reasons why two reasons why you reject the bill by the news guy. And I said I stated my views there. Now, in my last video, I talked about having the larger picture of Kenya. Because I was saying, even if the president was removed today, whoever comes in, it shall begin from square zero, from point zero. Because there are no measures. Very many things will not be in place. Remember, in Kenya, we are ruled by the systems. There's county governments, there are these other parastatals, there is police force, there is army, all these people. There is that bureaucracy. And so that's why, that was just my advice, that from what I had seen on Thursday, the goons were coming in and pretending to be Gen Zs. And so I was saying that if you have a quarrel with your friend or with your neighbor, and you say you are going to see, what normally happens, and an enemy comes in, or enemies will come in, and they'll do something very fishy, something very evil to this your friend or your neighbor, and they will always blame you that you are the one who've done it. Now, see, the goons have come in now, they are blaming Gen Zs, but those people we saw, they were not Gen Zs. That's why I was saying it was good for Gen Zs to sit down and just follow the advice of Khalif Cairo, although he's not their leader. But I thought his views were valid, because if you follow up, I know very many people say that he had been bought by the government. They said very many things. But you're saying our motive was for the finance bill to be rejected. And we give the president the ultimatum, whether it's 1 month or 2 months, or whichever period you're going to lay down, for him to fulfill whatever he had promised to do. So that after that, we can regroup again ourselves and go. But you see now, you've really wasted your energy. People have wasted their energy. Yes, I know since you're saying you don't have a leader. And you see, this country will not move on without dialogue. Whichever way. Whether you like it or not, there need to be dialogue. Whichever way, I don't know how it is going to be done. But again, you cannot say that at this point we don't have a leader, so we are just aimless. No, things do not work like that. It is like you are fighting for nothing. No one will take you serious. Now see, the goons have come in, and now you are being blamed. Some of us, most of us know that those are not you. The Gen Zs we know, they're pro-peace. They're against vandalization. They're against violence. But what have we been seeing? Total mess. Now, suppose this will be the trend. How is this country going to go forward economically? At this point, I'm not even looking at the President Ruto or the government. I'm just looking at the betterment of the common mananchi. 3/4 of the Kenyans are just normal human beings who are trying to make ends meet. Some of them, their businesses have been locked. Some of them, their businesses have been vandalized by goons who came in. Suppose we had just said, now this was our goal, it has been met. Now, the president has said this. What are we going to do? We are going to give him this ultimatum. I'm talking as a person who have this country, who has this country's interest at heart. And I wouldn't want to see this country burned down. No. And when you look at Khalif Kairos' advice, it was one of the wisest advice. You will have followed that. Although you are saying you don't have leaders. Okay. But again, when you are telling the president that you are giving him the people who have already died to represent you, now what is that? Ask yourself, what is that? You need to think. This is one. This is the chance you've been given in a silver platter. Use it wisely. If you don't do that, people will come in claiming that they're Gen Zs, and they'll go to meet the president, and there's nothing you're going to do about it. You can say, yes, you want so-and-so, you're going to be our leaders for this period. After this period, this is exactly what you're going to tell the president. After this period, you're going to elect other people. Because you've said that people are being bought. If you don't want that, you can say you are going to present us for this long. After this long, this so you're going to go. But if you just leave it like that, what will happen next? You've seen what has happened. It's not encouraging at all. People have been beaten. Some have been bruised. Some are in the hospital nursing wounds. Wounds not even from the policemen, not even from goons. I know there are some who are shot by the policemen. There are some maybe who are shot by the goons. There are some who have been beaten by the policemen. Others who have been beaten by goons. Their business who have been vandalized by whichever. This is not what we want to see in our country. Because when such a things happen, our economy will just go down. And a common mananchi is going to suffer. I'm just talking like as a person who loves this country very much. I'm not even defending the president. I'm just speaking my mind as a Kenyan. So let's pray for our country. Because from where I'm sitting, I'm saying like this is more spiritual. It seems like there's more than meets the eye. The other time when I was talking about goons, I never knew that it was going to be worse. I never knew that it was going to be worse. I never knew that people had prepared to do the worst. Because those people you saw causing havoc, those are not Gen Zs. So if you are there and love this country, my plea to you is that pray for this country. Pray for our leaders, for God to give them wisdom. The Bible says that if we don't pray for them, if the country goes astray, we people, the common people, we people in need will also suffer. Let's ask for God to give them wisdom. Let's pray for ourselves, for our protection, that God may come and have mercy on our country. Otherwise, God bless you.